I'm going to have to do. I got my car rekeyed. Tow company admits liability now. A lot of other interesting facts there, but uh, so I'll get a key fob from them sometime today or tomorrow, whenever. That's not my biggest thing. Had to check in with my bond company. That's a requirement, weekly thing. So I came down here. They're right across from the jail. But since I'm down by the jail, I do this all the time. I don't normally, advertise it or whatever, but I'm going to start doing that. I come down here, and since I'm by the jail, people who get out of jail often want a cigarette. They're, out of luck or whatever. So I come down here and I pass out free nicotine to people who just got out of jail if they want it. So that's what I'm going to do. Anybody need a cigarette? Anyone need a cigarette? Yeah, you can have one. Don't worry about the money.
For real, Mom?
Yeah, no, this is. I've been in your situation. Trust me. I just got out the other day. What's that?
Does your phone work?
It does. I will let you use it in just a minute. But right now,
Thank you,
I'm doing
sir.
a
God
YouTube
bless
thing.
you.
I'm not filming you. I'm filming me. But I'll let you use my phone in a second.
Can I use your?
Here you go.
Thank
But
you
again-
so very much. I'm very blessed to have you walking by.
No, I mean everyone who's down here has something unfortunate happen, bad luck, whatever
Yes,
it is.
sir.
Sometimes, hey, guilty or not, it doesn't
I went
matter.
from court straight to jail, so my husband took my briefcase with everything in it. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know why I didn't keep my phone, my credit card, something.
Right. So,
Yeah, it is her.
do you still need to use the phone, or you got
I was
your?
gonna call her to see where she was.
Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that you're taken care
I don't
of.
want to.
Did you want a cigarette? Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I mean, I pass these out, but I'm glad to hear you don't smoke. It's a bad habit, but at the same time, I know when people get out, they need that cigarette. I got out the other morning. The nearest store at 2 in the morning is up on Zarzamora and Commerce. I walked all the way up there, and that store, it's normally 24 hours. They were closed because they were short employees. They were like, we don't open till 7. And I needed to get cash out of the ATM because they towed my car. I needed to catch a cab out to the impound lot.
Right.
Couldn't get cash, so I walked 12 miles to the impound lot that day. Just crazy. But like I said, I'm out here today. I had to check in with my bond company. I said, what harm does it do if I walk out here and make those two ladies happy just to get a cigarette? You know what I mean? And that's what I'm about. So appreciate it, brother. I hope you have a good day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
God bless you.
God bless you too. So again, folks, this is just what I do sometimes, and like I said, just because someone's been arrested does not mean that they're guilty. Most of the time, there's definitely probable cause for an arrest, but that does not mean they're guilty of a crime. And even if they are guilty, treating someone with compassion and being kind, there's nothing wrong with doing that. I'm gonna go ahead and end my live stream. I did see a couple of people jumped into live. Oh, good morning, Karen. Just doing my thing since I had to be down here to show up for my bond. They need to make sure you're still breathing, not skipping town, because you know me with these misdemeanor charges. I might flee to Mexico. I hope the Fusion Center understands that as a joke and not a threat to flee to Mexico over these charges that will get dismissed. But, hey, never can tell how they're going to take things. Blue Lives Matter out. You guys have a wonderful day. I'll check in later. Good news, Karen, if you didn't hear, the tow company accepted liability for losing my key. I had to tow my car over to Jack Miller's house the other day. Had to rekey it myself, but they'll end up reimbursing me for that and providing me a key fob. I wasn't going to spend the money out of my pocket up front on a key fob, but I mean, at least they accepted responsibility. So, things could have been a lot worse. Additionally, the transporting officer, because I suspected, he lost my phone between there and the jail the day they transported me. The one with all my exculpatory evidence on that I took to court to show the prosecutor. And I'm in jail, they're prosecuting me, sign here, and I'm like, no, there were 2 phones. And he's like, no, there's only one. I said, no, dude, I know there were 2. And he went out to his car, and he found it. It slipped. But I was thinking, okay, maybe he gave you the tow truck driver gave you the keys back. Maybe the keys are on the floor of your car. I don't know. But he followed up as well after I called the police when my keys weren't in the property room. which the tow company told me, oh no, the police have them in the property room. And of course, when, can't get that till Monday, followed up on that. They're like, they're not here either. I'm like, okay, it's time to start rocking the boat. Time to, file a criminal charge on whoever was in that chain of custody. Someone has those keys. Either way, that transporting officer, he was kind enough to follow up with me. He's like, I don't remember. I'm like, yeah, I understand that. But my point is, you didn't remember me having two phones either, but I did have two. I mean, we all know that tow truck driver drove my truck up onto the ramp of his vehicle. We just don't know where the keys are then. So, the police did their thing. They said, I don't know, I didn't see the video, but they say that they have video showing the tow truck driver giving him the key back after he parked it up there, but then he retrieved the key from the officer before they transported me. So good. They don't need to go searching a bunch of, cop cars for my key. And then later, the tow company says, oh, the driver told them he remembers putting them on the seat. It's all kind of BS, but I mean, really what happened, the impound lot did state there were no keys. When they received the vehicle, they marked those that way because if there's keys, they can move them inside the impound lot. If not, they have to use the front end loader, which screws up your vehicle. They marked it that way. And again, the tow company says they believe their driver. I'm not placing blame. Whatever happened to the keys, maybe he, put them in his pocket, got in his truck later. Maybe he dropped them. I don't know. The facts are they weren't with my vehicle when I went to get it. But now things are, smoothing out. Still cost me about $1,300 for this BS. When all they had to have done was the day that they decided to raise my bail was to notify me, but they don't do that. They hold these bench warrants or pocket warrants and just wait for you to get contacted by them at an inconvenience. Whereas if they had told me, hey, we raised your bond because we don't like what you do, I'd have gone and secured a bond so I would have never been in jail. But of course they didn't do that. And when I tell people, you got to watch out for the dirty tricks they do play, this was one of them. That the officer should have never transported my vehicle. He should have never towed it. He did not, according to San Antonio police policy, they can impound your vehicle if it's, in possession of an arrested person, unless it's legally parked or it can be legally parked. There was no reason for him to impound my vehicle. I was not in control of the vehicle when I was arrested. It had nothing to do with the arrest, but the officer decided to be a dick. That's the same guy who thought it'd be funny to take my belt and put it in my car knowing I'd have to walk 12 miles to the impound lot without a belt. And I'm pretty sure you caught the end of that one, Karen, the other day when I basically walked the last 2 miles to the impound yard in my underwear as a protest. And yeah, I mean, that's the type of guy I am. I'm like, the cop's like, oh, I got you. And I'm like, hey, screw you, dude. It's really not that big of an inconvenience. Yeah, I had to walk around holding my shorts up for a while, but now I'll make some YouTube video out of it and laugh, because really it's a sad situation, but all you can do in things like that is, try to enjoy it the best you can. No, I'm not happy. I'm absolutely irate that they even did the bond increase. I understand why. They're like, well, you got arrested again on another bullshit charge, the interfering with public duties because I was filming on a sidewalk where I was told to stand by one officer, and the other one even said, don't, pass the gate. I'm like 30 feet beyond the gate, and he walks past it and says, I'm gonna arrest you anyway. Okay, whatever, dude. Again, we beat these charges in court, but there are costs that you incur if you risk doing this. Going out and filming the cop is dangerous because while the majority of police officers are not jackasses, they all have that thing called an ego that will let them do certain things beyond what they should be doing. They don't act professional when they get their egos hurt. And of course, anyone who challenges their authority hurts their ego. So, again, for other people who are watching this, who consider if they want to be a cop watcher, an auditor, I caution you, think very carefully about there are there are costs, and it's not just financial to doing this, but I warn everybody, record every interaction you ever have with the police officer. You don't have to make it obvious. Just turn on your phone. Don't point it at them. At least you have an audio recording at that point. Because again, police officers do lie. Police officers make mistakes. And that transporting officer, I'm not questioning his integrity. But the fact is he said, no, I only got one phone. And I saw the other officer hand him both of my phones. In his mind, I only had one phone. When he went out to his car and got the other one, okay, it proves. Did he intentionally lie? No, but officers make mistakes. But whatever they put on their paperwork, the court takes as the gospel, the holy word. The sheriff's office, when I said, no, I had two phones, the deputy in there was threatening me and saying I disrespected the officer by questioning his integrity. They're like, just sign the paper. No, I'm not signing. I'm missing property. He had it when he picked me up. It's not here now. It's somewhere. And again, I don't believe that officer intentionally slid that phone off, tried to keep it. I mean, how's he to know that all my evidence is on that phone? It was a simple mistake that happened. But again, if I had just done what they told me to do, just sign the paperwork, you only had one phone, I wouldn't have had any of the evidence that I need in all the trials that are upcoming. And whose fault is that? Well, it would be that officer's, but who pays the price? You as a citizen do. So again, when I tell you record everything, store it somewhere, be safe, be proactive, but always film the police. See a cop, film a cop. Again, know your rights, know the laws, because they twist and bend things and try to bend you over. And they don't, like I said, minor arrests, 0 convictions, folks. Think about that. That tells you. It's not just 1 or 2 bad officers out there. I've had plenty of interactions with police officers where they wanted to arrest me, and I explained to them, no, you can't. This is why. This is what you need to have that arrest. I'm not doing that. I'm in public. Sorry, this is a public sidewalk. I don't care if that person's not happy. My rights don't fold because someone else doesn't like what I'm doing. So either way, I'm just ranting here, guys. I do appreciate everyone coming in. This has gone on about 12 minutes. I do appreciate everything. Hey, Goat, nice to see you. Hey, Tapateus, I saw you come in. I thought I'd made you a moderator before, but I'm doing it now. Don't worry, guys. I have very few bootlickers who come in and insult me on my live chats. They usually just do that, and post comments afterwards. But if you see someone in there spouting something hateful, I don't mind if you time them out. I really don't like kicking anyone out. I'm a free speech person. Like I said, I told the cop the one day the guy was calling me all kinds of names and was pretty vocal and nasty about it. I'm like, he can talk whatever he wants. That's the beauty of the First Amendment. I don't feel that those meet the level of fighting words. And the officer said, well, if he said that to me, I think there were fighting words. I'm like, dude can say whatever he wants about my mom. I mean, I joke about things like that. That's just me. But again, if you do see someone in the channel that you feel needs to be timed out, by all means, that's why I made you guys moderators. I'm going to go ahead and clear out of the jail area. Again, I'm not here for another arrest. I simply checking in at the bail bonds company as a requirement and passing out some cigarettes to people unfortunate to have been down here against their will. So peace out, guys. Be safe. All I can say there. Blue Lies out. Thank you again for coming in.